guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm back here at Jerry Ohm Dodge in Tampa, Florida, and guess what? We have one of the first in the area. This is the all new special edition. This is the 50th anniversary Dodge Challenger Scat Pack. But before we get into this car, let's talk about why are we celebrating. It's been 50 years since the introduction of that iconic muscle car known as the Dodge Challenger. So Dodge, in their great wisdom, wanted to make a special edition, and they're doing it in a big way. Now, normally special editions, limited editions, they keep it to a certain trim. Usually it's like the top trim or it's something totally separate. They're actually making 50th anniversary models of all the different trims of the Challenger. Now, this one in particular is the Scat Pack, so you're gonna have that 6.4 liter naturally aspirated V8. You can, though, and for the first time, which we did showcase from the LA Auto Show, get the Scat Pack wide body and actually have a shaker hood. But so many great, iconic versions of the Challenger, especially during those muscle car days. And I think that you'll find with Dodge and Mopar, it really is Mopar or no car, and they do the retro muscle car design amazing. And what's wonderful is they're bringing all the great colors: Gold Rush, Frostbite. This particular one is Torrid Red. So let's go ahead, dive into this 50th anniversary 2020 Challenger being that Scat Pack. Right off the bat, you love the lines. You already know what you're dealing with. When I say Challenger, what does that look like to you? You're gonna get that quad headlamp design up front. Really goes back to those muscle car days. I love how they hollow out, and they've learned that from the Hellcats and the Demons. They hollow out the inner headlight to allow air to rush in there. It's hard to show being outside, but on the interior, it literally says 50th anniversary. So that's really kind of cool to see, just the little Easter egg touches. Dodge and Mopar does that. They do that so well. You're gonna get the classic hood pins, and I like the way it's got the Mopar name on there right up top to hold down that hood as you're going down the quarter mile. These cars are really meant for people who live their life 1/4 mile at a time. You got the classic egg crate style grille, blacked out on the surrounds, nice gloss black. Each is gonna get, of course, your Challenger 50th anniversary, 50 years of that muscle car fun. We drop down, you got the same grille design as up top, but they went flat black. That's gonna take a little bit better beating in that center area. Flat black around the surround, and then of course no Challenger is complete without a large front splitter. You could eat your lunch off this. Tom and I are actually gonna eat our lunch off of this front splitter. Of course, it's got those PDI, those shipping protectors. On the Hellcats, they went to pink. They're still staying yellow, so it's gonna be very interesting to see, do people leave those on? Do people take them off? Put in the comment section what you would do if this was your Torrid Challenger 50th anniversary. Now, when we get up onto the hood, there's that shaker style hood. Really, Dodge is they're the ones that came up with that whole concept. And the reason why they call it the shaker hood is that, guess what? When you pop this hood, this portion is gonna stay attached to the engine. It is functional, so you're gonna get those two air intakes. And when you get on the throttle of that 6.4 liter Hemi V8, that piece is gonna shake back and forth. But I love the flat black, especially on this particular one, flat black on the hood, the roof, and then back out on the trunk. Now, when we come around the bend, you can see how that splitter really kind of curves up and goes into the fender. These are specific wheels for the 50th anniversary Scat Pack. Nice 20-inch wheel. If you're wondering what's the width, 275 on the width, 40 series on the sidewall. And check out the calipers. They didn't go cheap on the brake calipers. Those are those massive 6-piston Brembo calipers. I'm digging how they're like a darker gray color. Nothing too crazy. I guess you could say, would it be nice if they were red or yellow? It would pop out a lot more, but I'm digging the cleaner look on this particular one. Going into the fender treatment, there's your Scat Pack badge, and on the 50th anniversary, they've taken it and just left it a two-tone color. The silver with the black rather than having the yellow and the red like you'd find on a Bumblebee. Going down the side, you are gonna get a nice size sunroof, which, think about it. Mustang, you can't get a sunroof. On a Challenger, you can get the sunroof. Working our way back, that rear quarter window. Coming to the rear. Now, when we get to the rear, you're looking at 275 on the width of the rear tires. You do have slotted rotors, and those are Brembo 4-piston calipers that give you some nice braking capability. And the reason why they're smaller on the rear is, remember, all the weight transfers forward. That's why you want a bigger caliper on the rear, on the front than what you want on the rear. Now, when you get to the trunk, like I said, that flat black, that satin black finish, we have, of course, just like on the other Challengers, that nice large trunk lid kick-up spoiler. There's our Challenger 50th anniversary badge, full LED lighting. Now, here's a little fun tip. If you see a Challenger and the badge is on the spoiler, whether it says 50 or not, that is a 2020 model. This is the first time that they're putting the Challenger name on the current Challengers. They're putting it on the back of the spoiler for 2020. Down below, you do have that vacuum style exhaust. I am gonna zonk it. I wish for the 50th anniversary they did quad tip exhaust, maybe some oval slash cut, just to kind of separate it from the rest of the Challenger crowd. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop that shaker hood and see what's powering this 50th anniversary. All right, guys, let's get ready to shake it up here. You can see the massive opening and the shaker name. I'm so glad that they put that at the back portion there. Such a cool name, so many different things. You look at a Dodge Demon, they call it the air grabber hood, but there is that twin inlet for the actual engine, and you have a nice open air box here with that high flow air filter. Looking underneath the hood, past that shaker style hood, that's gonna be that 6.4 liter V8, 485 horsepower, 475 pound-feet of torque. That's a 392 cubic inch engine. No replacement for displacement. The car weighs 4,230 pounds, 0 to 60 in about 4.1 seconds, quarter mile in 12.7. And if you're wondering about MPGs, you're looking at 15 in the city, 24 on the highway. I don't think anybody can argue, if you are a true car enthusiast, argue what this car represents. And having that, not only the shaker style hub, but having the Hemi and having the Scat Pack edition, I think all of that just adds to the lineage of what the Challenger stands for. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire up this 50th anniversary Scat Pack and see what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're in the Dodge Challenger Scat Pack 50th anniversary. I think the only thing that would make this better for me personally, if this was the wide body one, because that would be the first time, like I said, you could get a wide body with the shaker hood. But this particular one, if you want to relive that muscle car era, because we are in another muscle car era, version 2.0, MSRP for this particular one is $53,000. Let's see what you get for the money. Now, on all 2020s, I love the way they smooth out a lot of the material on the door panel. That gold stitching that's unique to the 50th anniversary is a very nice touch. You got beautiful Alcantara microfiber suede material with some nice stitch work. Soft on the armrest. You got your Yoo-hoo holder up front, and out back is where you're gonna be able to take a couple Twinkies, some nice drag strip Twinkies, drop them back there. This one also does have the Alpine audio system. Now, I want to focus your attention to that dash and have Tom kind of do his magic there. You get the Challenger 50th badge, but very small, it tells you what number this is out of the bunch. Now, they're just making 70 of each. Think about it, 1970, so they're gonna make 70 of each color, of each trim for this particular setup to celebrate. And that's a great way to celebrate. You have the nice gold stitch work all the way around. This being all smooth makes a big difference. If you have a 2019, get into a 2020, big difference. This trim, the way they brought the gold into the trim, very nice touch. It's faux carbon fiber, but it's tasteful. It doesn't look too gaudy. You have your 8.4-inch Uconnect system. Of course, this being an SRT vehicle, that Scat Pack SRT street and racing technology, you're gonna get your performance pages, which has all different gauges you could get into, launch control, you could do your smoky burnout. With line lock and everything, you got your G meter, getting the climate control. Very easy to do, easy to use. We drop down, you got your start stop button, you have your radio controls, what I like on these is you could actually turn the screen off. Sometimes those screens are distracting. If you're at the drag strip and you're trying to, get the perfect launch, shut the screen off. You have your launch control easily accessible. We could turn the screen back on. And then of course you're gonna have your AC controls. This is gonna control that ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. You have a little tiny cubby here. This is where you're gonna put your time slips so that you could show them off and really let people know that you know how to get the business done at the drag strip. Here is our key fob. I am gonna zonk it because it's not a 50th anniversary key fob. You do have the remote start and the ability to pop your trunk remotely and all that good stuff. 2 cup holders, softer on the armrest. The gold stitching is great. I like the way they have this little cargo net here with a 12 volt so you can maybe charge something, or you could put a couple Slim Jims in there as you're going down the quarter mile. You open this up, plenty of felt lining. So what that means is if you have a model of your car, you could put it in here. A die-cast model is not gonna get scratched. 12 volt, 2 USBs and an aux jack, and then the seats. 50th anniversary embroidery, the Alcantara, the stitch work. Really, really probably some of the most comfortable seats you're gonna find in this classic car compared to the Mustang, compared to the Camaro. And then of course you get the sunroof, which is something you cannot get in the Mustang. So that's a nice setup as well. But why don't you come over behind the wheel, the business end, as we live our life 1/4 mile at a time. All right guys, we're behind the wheel of this Challenger 50th anniversary, number 34 out of 70 that are being produced this color, this way. You do have your electric seat adjustments, which is nice on the bottom. The only zonk is you have a manual seat back. I don't know why they do that, but that to me is a major zonk. Steering wheel, nice thickness. You got more of that gold stitching. So they were so smart to use the same stitching everywhere that you look. Horn button, it's attractive. I just wish they did something a little special for the 50th anniversary. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 8-speed automatic transmission. The zonk is they're a little small. This is a big muscle car. I see a big shaker hood and little baby paddles. So that to me is a zonk, but I love the dash. The layout of the dash is great. You even get 50th anniversary gauges. So really, really nice. I'm actually gonna shut it off and restart it because I want you to see what you are welcome to when you fire up. Look at that, Challenger 50th anniversary, love it. Love the retro style gauges. And of course you could go through a plethora of information in that center portion, which is really, really great as well. But if you're ready, we're not looking at the back seat. We're definitely not looking at the trunk. I have those in other Challenger reviews. I want to maximize our driving time. If you're ready, I'm ready. Let's take this 50th anniversary Scat Pack for a spin. All right, guys, we just left Jerry Ohm Dodge. We're in the 2020 50th anniversary Challenger Scat Pack. It's just cool to look out over that hood and see the shaker scoop sticking right through it. It's just a cool car. These cars, it's funny because from a performance standpoint, they really are set up for straight line speed. Road course, it's a little different, but it's still a ton of fun. And that's the great thing about Mopar and everything that they do over at Dodge. Just to give you a few updates, remember this does have ventilated and heated seats, of course, and a heated steering wheel. So right now, with that 392, I got the ventilated seats on, 485 horsepower, comfortable as can be. The interior, the slight changes that they made for all 2020s really adds up super big, just in the overall experience. Going over that ripped up part of road right there, car feels tight, doesn't shake, doesn't creak, doesn't make a bunch of noise, which is great. Here comes some more ripped up section. I'm gonna get on it a little bit. It rides really, really smooth. And there's a lot of you out there that you have asked me for, hey, do a Scat Pack non-wide body. Remember, the wide body is gonna add more weight to the vehicle, which the vehicle already does weigh a pretty good amount. Plus you have those larger wheels and tires that you have to turn as you're accelerating. But super smooth. It's actually quite quiet in the cabin here, which is very, very nice experience. All right, guys, let's do a little acceleration test here from a dead stop. On throttle, that 8-speed, spin it up a little bit. There we go, nothing wrong with that. On throttle. these cars. I really, really do. It's just fun. It's just a fun experience, and really no better way to just smoke them if you got them. Driving it, you're reliving that past, but you have all the amenities of now. I have it in sport mode. You can switch it into track mode as well. Plus, you're gonna have, like I said, the launch control, the line lock, all those great features, and this torrid color is just, it pops. It really, really pops, especially with the flat black accents. Even the fuel filler door. I'm sure you saw when we did the business side, and Tom was further back, that fuel filler door just, it looks just like it did from the past. And that's what I love about these cars. Super smooth, sitting here at a light, idles nicely, and then to have those, like I said, the 50th anniversary touches. I think it's worth it to have something unique like this to celebrate such a great car. You can even see from your seating position, you can even see those hood pins. How many cars have hood pins? Not many today, that's for sure. But driving in traffic, you can even use this as your daily driver. It doesn't need to be a garage queen. It doesn't need to be the car just for the car shows that you wipe with a diaper and all that kind of stuff. But it could be a car that you could drive every single day. And there's nothing wrong with having a car that you just wipe with a diaper in the garage. But this car is really meant to be driven, and I think you're going to enjoy experiencing it every single day. All right, guys, slow roll on throttle. Here we go. Love it. I love it. This is so badass. This car is just badass. That's what it comes down to. And being naturally aspirated, the power delivery comes in nice and low, and I think it's a great balance. Yes, you could go Hellcat. Yes, you could go red eye, but for a daily driver and something that you saw, you could spin up the tires in this thing very, very easily. With over 700 horsepower, they'd be obliterated. With this, you could enjoy it a little bit more and still have the same great overall experience and have a very rare car. This is one of 70 that we're in of this Torrid Red Scat Pack edition. So very, very nice what Dodge is doing. And you know, we could talk about reliability. Do they have the greatest reliability record? Maybe not, but I'm telling you, it's a fun car to drive. It's like, you got to draw the line somewhere and say, you know what, I want just a fun car. I just want a fun car to drive, and I want to be able to enjoy driving each and every day, especially if you have a hellish commute. This will make it that much better. But seats are great, not a lot of bolstering. So, you know, I think for a lot of people, they're going to love that. If you're going to take this down any kind of twisty road, you're going to be sliding around just like you're in a bathtub full of water and the rubber ducky in there and bubbles and stuff. But other than that, the steering wheel, the thickness is great. I just wish the paddles were larger. It's just little fine things. There's not like I don't want to do a total, like, rip everything out, but it's going to be curious, where does Dodge take this car? And are people going to love it as much as they love this? Because guess what? They're outselling Camaros easily right now. And they're knocking on the door of the Mustangs. All right, guys, pulling away from the light here, nice and smooth. You get on throttle, and she just pulls. It's really that easy. The throttle response is instantaneous, good feedback through the wheel, and guess what? You don't have to have it in sport mode. You can put it in comfort mode and enjoy the drive a little bit more. All right, guys, one more time on throttle. Here we go. Fast shifts from that ZF 8-speed, and then guess what? You have those Brembos. You have those 6-piston Brembos that are going to clamp down on those rotors, and you shed speed very, very quickly. So that's the wonderful news about this, is that not only does it go fast in a straight line, but she also brakes really well in a straight line. But hopefully this gave you a nice overview. Hopefully you enjoyed a little bit more of the driving rather than me talking about the back seat or the trunk. Who cares about those things in this car? We're gonna get back to Jerry Home Dodge, so I'll see you in a split second. Watch out! Nice! All right, guys, it's been an amazing day here at Jerry Home Dodge. I definitely gotta thank J-Rod, Wade, and the rest of the crew getting us access to their first 50th anniversary, this being the Challenger Scat Pack. with that shaker hood. What can I say? If you want to relive and have a new style muscle car, there's no better way to go than one of these Challengers. They hit the styling right on the nail, right on the head. The performance is definitely there, and you have that wonderful Challenger name. But if it's muscle cars like these that you want to keep seeing on Rady's Rise, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rise family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description, get yourself some Rady's Rise merch. Of course, whenever there's a muscle car around, Tom's muscles get even larger. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work and dedication. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.